So now that we have all of this, now we have the main tools. You have seen about the snail and how to learn to merge them all together. By the way, when I talk in the snail, when I say that you focus on one then on another, I don't talk about focusing on it exclusively. I mean putting more emphasis on the one you're focusing on, because actually, in order to be able to perform one skill, you need at least the interaction to be working in some way. So you need the other tool as well. If you have just one, it most likely is not going to work, or you have to be extremely good at this one tool. So what it is like actually is that you do all of them, you still do all of the tools when you will go out after this product. You still do all of the tools that we've seen in the product. You do everything, but you just give more emphasis to the one you're working on. This is how it works, really, snail. Okay, now that you have this, you will still have problems, because even if you are in this case where you just have to focus on one thing, yeah, you would still have to be able to hold all of these together, at least at a beginner level. And it might not be easy, you might be afraid. You will have some blocks, especially internal blocks. Let's make a list of the things that are going to entail that you can't apply what we've seen right now. We've not finished the course, don't worry, but if it had to be finished now, what would be the reasons why you can't apply all of this already? Let's review them so that we deal with them very effectively right after. And after we will see even the better tools. But right now focus on this so we understand what's going on and what will be going on for you on the field. Basically, talking about the alpha vibe, you will just not have any alpha vibe. You will not be in the fighter state. You will care about the negative, about the potential suffering. You will care about this. If you have to approach a woman, you will actually care about getting rejected, feeling awkward, maybe making her feel not extremely good about your approach, maybe looking stupid. You will actually care about them, so you will not have the fighter vibe. The same for the self-control. You will not be very conscious. You will be in a very automatic mode. You will have very low level of control over yourself, over your own mind. You will not have a lot of moments of consciousness. It will be very separated. You will be in front of the woman and you will really have no control over yourself. You will just be drawn into something that you don't control. You will not be creative. And even the social power and the sexual preselection, you might not have them actually. So this will be a problem. You don't actually have the alpha vibe. We will have to fix this. The problem with not having this alpha vibe is that even over just the fact that it makes your sexual mating value go down, and thus she might not even want you to escalate, and so you don't have access to this very important value container as we talked about before. And even more than this, if you have no sexual value, you can create arousal. The interaction is just not going to work if you don't have sexual mating value in her eyes. So you need to have this alpha vibe. But even more than this, the tools that we talked about, VIHC, asking questions, having fun while you're doing all of this, and even just escalating in a way that creates arousal, all of those, they actually require the self-control. They require you to be creative, to have moments of consciousness. They require you to not give a shit about the negative potential, because otherwise it just fucks up with your ability to create and to have this self-control in itself spiral down. So you just can't use this tool. To use this tool, you have to be above a certain threshold of self-control. This is required. So actually, not having this alpha vibe is going to be actually the main reason why you will not be able to apply all of this. This will be the key thing, the key foundation. This creativity, this high level of moments of consciousness, this fighter vibe, so that you don't give a shit about the negative. You need this in order to apply, even be able to apply. If you don't have this, you can't even apply the tools. So let's not even talk about understanding them and knowing how to use them. You can't use them if you don't have this alpha vibe. You will not be fun. You will not be fun. You will be afraid to escalate. You will be afraid to be rejected or to be awkward. So actually, there is this very central thing now that we can see, that the goal is to have access to the escalation so that we can create sexual arousal. This is the only thing that it's about. To have access to this, we need to be able to use those tools that we saw in the triangles. If we don't already have access to this, if we want to unlock, we have to use the VIHC, questions, and alpha vibe, and fun. We need to have access to those. We need to be able to use them. But to be able to use them, we need the alpha vibe. So actually, when we go to the lower level, the lower thing that we need is to have this alpha vibe. We need to have this in order to be able to even apply the things that are going to unlock the ability to escalate, to get her to want to escalate with you, to see happiness contained in escalation with you. So at the end of the day, once you have understood how this course works, you have done the exercises. So you can do the escalation, you can do the VIHC, you can do the questions, you can be fun, you can have things to say. This is not a problem anymore. You can be captivating. The problem is that you will be blocked. You will not have access to the alpha vibe, so you can't even use them. It's as if you have the car, you know how to ride it, but there is no fuel in the car, so you can't even start it. This is problematic. Let's talk about how to get the fuel, how to have the fuel, how to fuel your alpha vibe so that you can use the tool, and then it's easy. You already know how to use the tool, you know how to ride. You just need the alpha vibe. Let's talk about how to fuel this. And here, let's get even more specific. I will give you the way to fuel your alpha vibe in a way that at the same time uses the tools of escalation, questions, VIHC, fun. It will unlock everything at the same time. This is the ultimate tool of this product. We have seen the main tools of the strategy. Now we see at the core what is required to be able to use them. Now let's see the ultimate big tool, like the big thing, the ultimate thing, the real thing of this course. That is what unlocks everything. You use it and you unlock the alpha vibe, you unlock the ability to use the main tools of the Triforce, the triangle that we saw. It unlocks your ability to escalate. You escalate, it creates sexual arousal, boom, you're done. This is done. And you just have to enjoy the interaction and boom, this is done. Game done. So let's see how this ultimate tool works. Let's talk about this in the next video.